Arden, do you know what today is?
No, it's Saturday.
I know, but what's it known as?
Super Bowl Eve, maybe?
Absolutely.
Oh, phew, I thought I'd missed an anniversary or something. I got a little nervous. So, do you know what we're gonna do today?
Yes, we're gonna start off with some test tasting of various wings that we got from three different places.
Well, before that, guess what?
What?
We are crotchety old men and a woman.
Okay, I skipped over your intro.
This was actually a sort of a test. I was testing Abigail, but this is the podcast for you, with you, and sometimes even about you. And we really are having some fun now. We're doing a lot of taste testing, and this is going to be our true hardcore taste testing because we are going to be taste testing chicken wings from three different places. Two places in Sterling, Virginia, and one place from Manassas, Virginia. We have from Sterling, Virginia. We have from we have Velocity Chicken.
Velocity wings.
Velocity Wings. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't stop there. Then Wingstop, and then Hangry Chicken. I'm sorry, Hangry Joe's. I should have known that because I actually found it. They're out of Manassas. Now we got three of the same types of chicken wings. So I'll be able to, I don't know which are which. And so Abigail, she kind of knows which ones. We actually have the name of which on the bottom of the plate. So I can't even see them yet. And we're going kind of with just the mild, just to try, because sometimes milds are very hot, sometimes they're very mild, and they taste like nothing. They don't have any sauce on them. These are like a dry rub, so we're going to be trying that. But before I get into eating, I'd like to give a special thank you and a shout out to Nadia from Nada's Jewels in Manassas. I botched that out. So it's Neda Jewels. She actually has hooked us up. She got my Christmas present for Abigail. She actually had to fix it. She fixed an old pocket watch of mine and a ring. And I think that she's done such a good job. I just wanted to thank her. So if anyone is in the DC area and you're thinking about getting some jewelry, look her up. Neda jewelry.com. She's in Manassas. 43 years she's been there. So she's been there a very long time. And you can't be in business for 43 years if you're not doing something right. So with that, we have some chicken to eat. So chicken wings, I know. So take a bite. Abigail's like staring at it like a shark.
I've been waiting for more than 30 minutes to get this going, so.
So here we goes. All right, she dives in, and it's one of those wing pieces. It's not the drumstick piece. So tell us now, is it spicy, not spicy? Are you waiting for the aftertaste to kick in?
It's not spicy, actually, just a little.
Okay, just a little spice. And it's obviously cooked well, but what are your thoughts? She's trying not to speak with her mouth full like I do.
Well, unfortunately, they got a little cold, but that wasn't my fault. Overall, a decent wing, but yeah, I mean, a little bit of sensation, but not until you're done chewing.
Okay, so I'm going to take a bite. Now, once again, I don't know where this is from. Just dropped it a little. Now, I'm eating a drumstick with my mouth open. But this is a good mild. Not spicy at all. Pretty good. Okay.
Right, but I would say that the chicken is kind of, I don't know.
Finger licking.
I guess so. I mean, the sauce, yes, but the chicken seems quite dense.
Well,
I guess because it's cold.
It has been cold because we've been working on this for a while. All right, what's and the next piece? We're going to try one. Oh, this is much bigger. It's darker. So this is a darker looking. It's been breaded.
Mhm.
Once again, I'm eating another one of the drumstick ones. Certainly has, oh, that tastes good.
Mm, yeah.
Oh, I want to know who these are from. These are really good. I mean, it's got a bite at the end too. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the good part is the chicken is very moist,
Mm-hmm.
even
Oh,
though I
wow.
hate that word. Um,
Oh, wow. I'm gonna have a second bite.
but it's got a little bit of flavor to it.
Mm.
Are you sure these were just mild?
These were just mild. They come with a sauce on the side that's like a cheese-based sauce. I don't know what it is. I'll have to try that. Um, wow. Okay. I'm ready for the third one. I have to come back to that one. Okay. So what do we got here? So now I'm gonna have one of the actual wing pieces. And
Oh, wait a minute, Arden.
what?
That last one is getting spicier in my mouth.
Wow.
What
Yeah, it's
about
got a
you?
bit. It's got a good bite.
Yeah.
It's got. I mean, I wouldn't. On the what is it? A Kelvin scale? What's
Well, I don't know. It's
the?
still pretty spicy
Yeah.
compared to the first
It's
one.
not really a ghost pepper, but maybe a jalapeno. Okay, so we're gonna try one of these. Okay. Um, these are okay. Um, definitely. I mean, it's hard because these are a little colder, but they're not spicy at all.
So you think you don't know until you're done chewing.
Kind of. I'm gonna say these are average. I mean, these are these are a step above. A little flavor right there. But
Hey,
maybe. I mean, these are okay. Um,
well, this is my second place one.
really.
Yeah.
Okay, why'd you rate it higher or below? Which one?
Well, the first one we had is definitely the loser
Okay,
because the meat was like not moist at all.
okay. I'm gonna try one of those again. Uh-huh. Um, okay. Maybe if you try one of that's not bad. It has a little more spice than the third one. So, all right. So now the big reveal of what is what.
All right. First of all, the second one we tried, or I tried, was my top choice.
Okay, mine too. And who
And
was
they
that
were
from?
darker in color.
Yep, I thought they were burned actually,
I know,
but
but
they
I'm looking under the plate. They came from Hangry.
Hangry in Manassas, the top one. Wow, okay. And I maybe because they were breaded and the other ones weren't breaded.
That could be it.
Mm,
But again, in the end, like a true wing, it had a little kick to it.
it did. It did. And now, which one were these?
The ones that I liked in second place
Okay.
were from Wingstop. They were
Okay.
the third ones that we tried.
Okay. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely say the third one that we tried were definitely my least favorite. And
So we disagree.
okay, so we disagree on that, but we agreed on the other one. So we're saying velocity. Now, velocity was the first one we tried. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you didn't like it because of the consistency of the wing, and but it did have spice, so that's why I liked it more. So I'll go with my order will be I'm going with the number one. I was the hangry. I almost call it the hatery. The hangry one is definitely the best, far and away. Then my personal one would be velocity because I did like the little bit of spice, and then I would go with Wingstop. And yours?
Okay. I thought I went over it, but Hangry is number one. Number two is Wingstop, and number three is Velocity Wings.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to make Abigail actually talk so I could take another bite.
Well, we have a lot to discuss, so
We do.
I think we should move on.
We do. So we have, it's obviously the Super Bowl. But you know what else it is tomorrow? What other big event?
No,
And I'm not talking about, wait, is the Chinese New Year this week?
it started today. My vet told me.
Oh, so happy Chinese New Year.
Exactly.
And it's the year of the dragon, right?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Okay.
I think it is. And how was your dog at the vet?
Well, he got his cone off, so he's 100 times better. Thank
Oh,
you for asking.
yeah. If you were on our Twitter following, you actually saw our littlest fan in his cone. It was really, really a sad picture. But so we just wanted to thank the people who actually did email. We actually got an email about that. So I just want to thank our listener, and I also wanted to thank our listeners in England. That was a major shock. We actually have a couple, so now we're international again. So we just need that person in Asia and Africa. We got most of the continents covered. But anyway, let's get to the most important event, Puppy Bowl. So it's Puppy Bowl 20 tomorrow.
Which makes me feel really old because I remember the first one. It was so cute.
Just all I remember was the one dog pooping in the middle on live TV, well, whatever it was, taped TV, and a referee comes running out and gives him a penalty for pooping. The Puppy Bowl.
Well, I like the water bowl with the camera underneath it. That was funny.
20 years of Puppy Bowl, and they don't like that's amazing. Like, what a fun idea. But no, we wanted to talk about football. Yay! I'm very happy for myself because I don't like the NFL. You all know that, but Abigail loves it, and so this is her time. She's ready.
So tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday, right, everyone?
Correct.
But guess what Monday is, Arden?
Uh, the worst day of the year.
No, they call it Super Flu Day
Super. Why do they call it Super Flu Day?
because overall, they estimate about 14.5 million people calling sick on
Wow.
Monday after the Super Bowl. And 11%, believe it or not, are managers.
Nice. Nice. I've never called out on the day. I just was miserable a couple times, but I know I don't really go crazy anyway.
But I'm not done.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's
Yeah, I
more.
mean, 14.5 million, okay?
Yep.
10 million people also request the day off.
Okay.
So now we're up to 24.5 million. And then 6 million people basically risk a penalty because there are some jobs that if you call in sick on the same day, you can get penalized.
Oh, wow. Now, you're in a unique situation as an upper level manager. So, have you seen people actually take time off? I know when I was running a show that we did, our guys usually, I knew they were just not coming in. Like they were honest with me. But, like, do you have that problem at all?
No.
Really? Now, with that, okay, another question. I got lots of questions because so do you think there should be people keep saying a national holiday on Monday? I personally do not. I think that's just silly. It's a sporting event, for goodness sake. National holidays should be revered for like that represent everyone in the country. Not everyone is a sports fan, or at least most of the country, I should say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now, other options were, do you think it might be, as a more of a football expert than I am, do you think it would be better to move the game to Saturday so you wouldn't have all of these problems as far as having, people calling out sick to work? If you had it on a Saturday, people could have a lot more fun in a safer environment, taking Ubers home, sleeping late.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea, but it's tough to change it. It's Super Bowl Sunday. It's always been known as that.
Well, that is true. But hey, election day, excuse me, has become, wow, a little spice.
Election day is every day,
Right. It's all year long. I mean,
but we're not going to go there.
oh, sorry. Wow. I snuck in while Abigail was talking. I snuck in another bite and it got a little hot. Um, so I wanted to ask you some trivia questions.
Hmm.
Do you think you can, now these are all going to be Super Bowl based trivia. So nothing too crazy. I'm not going to ask you like who had the highest passing percentage, I'm sorry, completion percentage in Super Bowl history. So I had a few that I had here, and play along at home if you like. So the first one, this is actually for Redskin fans, since Abigail, and of course our buddy Jerome. I got to meet you, Jerome. Next time we have an event, I'm going to reach out to you. But can you name the five? First, can you name the four? I'm sorry, the three winning quarterbacks for the Washington Redskins in the Super Bowl? Second question, can you name the two other quarterbacks that didn't win?
Okay, you kind of confused me with two questions at once, but
I got to make them
the
tough.
first one, you're asking who won the Super Bowl, right?
Correct.
All right. Billy Kilmer against the Miami Dolphins back in the 70s.
That one he lost.
Oh, wait, you're right. See, you
I,
confused me by asking me two questions at once.
that's okay.
All right,
Do you remember the other?
The winners.
Okay.
Let's just go with that.
Let's go.
Joe Theismann against the Miami Dolphins. Is
Yep.
that one?
That is one. I was very sad.
Okay. Doug Williams against the Denver Broncos.
That is correct.
And then third, I didn't care for the guy, but Mark Rippon against the Buffalo Bills.
Nice.
The unluckiest team ever.
Nice. Now, following up, do you know the other quarterback that lost the Super Bowl?
Okay, besides Billy Kilmer, it would have been Ray Schroeder. Is that correct?
That
Against
is
the Raiders.
That is correct.
My sisters went to that game with my father. They rented an RV and basically had a big party all the way down to Florida, and then they had the long drive back after the loss.
That's pretty bad. Now, my only Super Bowl story is that I went to the one where the Redskins with John Riggins and Theismann beat the Dolphins. I was a huge Dolphin fan. My father and I went to a bar. What year was that? 84 or 83? So 84. I'm like 13 years old at a bar. Yes, I was drinking root beer all night, and I was so sad. I just remember sitting in a corner, just like totally upset that my team just got their asses whooped. And I'm at a bar. I don't know anyone. None of my friends. I just wanted to go home. It was miserable. Okay, next trivia question for you. Now we're going to get a little hard. Are you ready?
Sure.
What two teams played in the first Super Bowl?
Shit, oops, sorry.
Mature rating.
Was one of them the Green Bay Packers?
Correct.
Ooh, I'm not going to know the next one. Maybe the Colts?
Nope. They're in the Super Bowl this year. That's why I gave you this question.
It must have been the Kansas City Chiefs.
That is correct. That is correct. All right, I thought that
was tough.
Yeah, and do you know where the game was held by chance?
Green Bay.
No, that would have been a great guess, actually, because it was a Super Bowl. It was actually played in the Los Angeles Coliseum in California.
So I was way off.
Yeah, but at least the Packers were the favorite and they won. They dominated. All right, next question. The largest Super Bowl crowd was in 1980. 1980, with 103,985 people attended the game. Do you know what stadium that was held in? And can you name either of the two teams that played in it? 1980.
All right. It had to have been a college stadium. Is that correct?
That is correct. One of the most famous football stadiums.
Where they play the Rose Bowl. I just can't remember the name.
It's actually called the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California.
All
nice.
Right. And now who played?
Either of the two teams. So 1980.
Arden, I'll be honest. I don't know.
That's okay.
I'm not going to even try to guess.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, and they played the Los Angeles Rams.
Wow. So they had a hometown.
A hometown team. A little unfair there. All right. We're almost done with our trivia here. Okay. Let's just see. 3 teams have played in more than 8 Super Bowls. 3 teams. Can you name, one is the Patriots. They've played in the most. Can you name the next 2 teams that have played in 8 Super Bowls?
8 Super Bowls.
8.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
That is correct. And tell me if you need a clue.
Green Bay, are they one of them?
Good guess, but no.
Well, back in the day, I mean, I guess the Colts were in it a lot, but again, I don't know. I
It's
mean,
your favorite team of all
oh,
time.
the freaking
The
Cowboys.
Cowboys. All right. All right, we're almost done here. Um, this is a sort of a trick question. There is a tie where two teams have lost the most Super Bowls.
Well, one's got to be the Bills.
Incorrect. The
Really?
Bills have lost. I was about to say, these two teams have lost 5 Super Bowls. The Bills have lost 4.
Okay, but they could have won a bunch too, right?
That is correct.
Wow.
So two teams have lost 5 Super Bowls. I mean, lost 5. They may have won only one, but one team.
Okay. I mean, is it the Patriots?
That was the trick. They've won the most and lost the most.
Wow.
And now the second question, the second other team that's lost 5 Super Bowls.
Was maybe the Broncos?
Want to go with the Broncos?
Yeah.
The Broncos. That's why it was such a big deal when John Elway finally won a Super Bowl. They lost 5, including one in the 70s that people forget about.
Oh.
And the last 3, the last question. Okay. 3 teams. Now I have to preface this. 3 teams have not either been in a Super Bowl or have not been in a Super Bowl or have never been in a Super Bowl at all in the past 50 plus years. Now, there's one I'm giving a little asterisk to. So if you don't get it, I will explain that one.
Okay. I mean, my heart was a little broken this year. One of them's got to be the Detroit Lions.
That is correct. The Detroit Lions have never been in a Super Bowl at all.
Okay. The Browns, right?
That's the asterisk. That is correct. The Cleveland Brown team name has never been, but the original Browns moved to Baltimore and have won a Super Bowl in Baltimore, and then they got an expansion team. And now the third one.
I don't know how Joe Namath is, but is it the Jets?
The Jets have not won a Super Bowl since I've been alive. So that's over 50 years, 54 years. Jets, Jets. I love it. Anyway, so that's my football trivia. You did an amazing job. What'd you get, like 1 wrong? That's impressive, something like that. So wanted to ask you, you did some research on commercials.
I did.
So what, now this was all on Super Bowl commercials. So did you have questions? Like, what did you find out? Because I haven't watched the Super Bowl really in like 10 years, but the commercials draws what other people in.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to ask a trivia question of you. What's the #1 commercial of all time for a Super Bowl?
Wow.
And I can tell you it wasn't recent, just to give you a clue.
The Coca-Cola Mean Joe Green.
Ding, 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 nice. Ding, you got it.
Nice. I was worried it was like the Apple one from, what was that, the 1984 Apple commercial or something like that. I thought it was going to be that or one of the 10 zillion Budweiser commercials.
So which one was your favorite?
I go back to the Bud Bowl, the original Bud Bowl, where it was like this animated one where they had the bottles of beer. It was Budweiser versus Bud Light. And I just remember when the fridge was playing for the Bears and they brought in, another spicy bite. Got myself in trouble. They had the freezer, and the freezer was a 40-ounce bottle, and he ran in for the touchdown, and that was huge. But they had 8 Bud Bowls. Those are really, really good. But that's my favorite, the original one.
I wasn't a fan of those, but anyway, in my research, I came across one fact, one commercial. It was the most expensive commercial in the history of Super Bowl commercials.
What? How?
And I wouldn't have guessed it because I don't really quite remember it, which doesn't fare well for it. But um, Google, they paid $16.8 million for a 90-second commercial.
Holy shit. For just as Google or for any particular?
No, I mean, and apparently it was very heartwarming. It showed a man, an elderly man that was in the beginning stages of dementia, and he goes to his computer and uses what they called at the time Google Assistant.
Okay.
And his wife had passed, so he went ahead and started describing her and all her traits and attributes to the computer. And you know the last thing he said?
No, no, I'm about to cry.
He said, "Don't forget, you are the luckiest man in the world." Isn't that amazing?
Oh wow, that's
So when he, listens to that tape in 5 years, 10 years, he'll hear that at the end. And I think that's just wonderful. But again, it, I don't remember it, but very touching.
changing the thing of no longer touching. Was Michael Jackson when he lit his hair on fire? Was that a commercial or a performance?
I think it was a performance.
Was it at the Super Bowl? Or
Oh,
was
wait,
it?
no.
Was it
It was a commercial for Pepsi.
For Pepsi.
But I don't know if it was for the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was.
Okay, so you got to say the one you loved.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the Budweiser puppy commercial with the golden retriever puppy with the Clydesdale. Do you remember that?
Oh, was that the one where the Clydesdales kneel to him? Or is that another one? That was a
Well,
cool
on
one.
part two, they help him find his way home. And that's
Oh.
very touching.
Okay.
But I'm a sucker for puppy dogs, especially a golden retriever. So
Okay.
so yeah, that's definitely that is my favorite.
What were your thoughts on the 1984 one with Apple?
At the time, I wasn't into, computers or anything like that, and I didn't really quite understand it, but it apparently is one of the greatest commercials of all time.
And they were only like 7 years old at the time when that came out. So that was pretty impressive.
All right.
So okay, so now big question for the rest of the show. It's all you. Things people want to know. My mom asked me actually on the phone today. She wants to know about obviously Taylor Swift and her boyfriend Kelsey. She wants to know about all that because there was something on like how much value she's adding every time they show her on TV, like for more than 30 seconds is worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. So
I read they estimate $1 billion. And, again, I've got nothing against Taylor Swift. I like her music, especially her old stuff. And, but the media's playing it up and it's annoying. And, that doesn't annoy me as much as Patrick Mahomes and his whining. And, they're a great team. But this year I'm going to go with the 49ers because I just feel that Mahomes was a big baby. Plus, I don't like his wife.
ouch.
And for some reason, Sports Illustrated gave her an award today. I don't remember what for, but something about her beauty. But I just don't find anything beautiful about her.
Okay, here's a unique award. The Swimsuit Rookie of the Year. Oh, you should see Abigail's face. Rookie of the Year for the swimsuit issue.
I don't know, and I don't really care.
It makes no sense.
Who is it?
That Mahomes' wife.
Oh, okay.
That's the award she won.
Oh, now I feel silly. Well, Arden, can I tell you about my favorite Super Bowl of them all?
Oh,
Even though I'm a Redskins fan, obviously I celebrated when they won. But the most amazing Super Bowl was back in 2017 when the New England Patriots played the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know why that game was so special? In the third quarter, New England was down 28-3.
Right.
They came back and tied it up at 28-28, and the game went into overtime. Back then, the rule was whoever got the first score won. Well, the Patriots got the ball first, and Brady led them down the field, and they got a touchdown, and they won the game. It was incredible to be down 28-3 in the third quarter
And come back and win. That's Brady.
Yeah, I mean, amazing stuff.
Amazing stuff. So I think that's really all the time we got today. I wish we could go longer because I know Abigail could talk about football forever. And I think we're both kind of hungry and want to eat more of these chicken wings.
Well, before we close, who do you want to win?
Do I have to say?
Or do you not care?
Can I say the DC Defenders?
No.
Damn it. I don't know. You know what? I hate everything about San Francisco, but I think the quarterback being Mr. Irrelevant and winning a Super Bowl, I think that's really cool. If that makes sense. Like I do like the Kurt Warner side of guys. Those guys who come out and even Brady, you got to respect the guy who literally just wasn't really drafted. No one thought he would play, and here he is, possible Super Bowl champion. Plus, Pat Mahomes could have played baseball instead.
Yep.
And he didn't. All
right. Well, I'm ready to eat these wings. I don't know about you.
So am I. So as Abigail is going to be getting these nice and warm, feel free, reach out to us. We are crotchetyoldmen@gmail.com. We are crotchetyoldmen@gmail.com, or look for us on Twitter/X @crotchetyoldmen. We will hopefully only talk about the Super Bowl a little bit next week, and we're going to actually go with a little music. Do you remember the NFL films, or should we just play out some people cheering? What do you recommend?
Let's just close it out with cheering. I mean, I've got
cheering music.
I've got wing sauce all over me.
Woo!
So, anyways, everyone enjoy the game tomorrow night.
Woo! Thank you.